Aromagees Botanica, a metaphysical store for mind, body, and spirit. Oils, herbs, candles, crystals, teas, handmade soaps, tarot cards, everything you need on your magical journey. Daily psychic and tarot readings, classes, witchcraft, pagan, and hoodoo supplies, most of it made in-house. Try our free dress your own candle station. From spiritual gifts to ritual supplies to religious books, we have the widest selection of metaphysical products in all of Tennessee since 1999. It is our goal to inspire everyone to explore their spirituality in their own way by offering information and products in a nurturing multicultural environment. Open 7 days a week. 223 Donaldson Pike, Nashville, Tennessee, or visit us online at aromagees.com.
Oh, fire, fire, oh, fire, call fire department. Oh, wait, never mind. Fluffy says that he's smudging the house. Yep, smudging the house. He's been stressing how important it is to indulge in psychic hygiene. Yep, move that energy. Well, okay, I'm gonna go over here and chew on Fluffy's foot. I'm gonna go smudge the foot so it smells better, get rid of all that bad juju. You don't want his other foot to fall off. Remember, look us up on With the Fluff. Love ya. Bye. Ow.
Hello, everyone. It's Gayle Tracey Mull, and I am so happy to be here today to talk to you guys about Yule. Um, if you're like me, and I think a lot of you are, you grew up in North America with a tradition of Christmas. And, we're taught that Jesus is the reason for the season and all of that. And I'm sure if you are here watching about Yule traditions, you have looked up, researched, and are learning about the fact that many of the traditions at this time of year are actually pagan or have pagan roots. I'm not going to talk about those things. There's other people on here that are very knowledgeable to talk about that. I am going to talk to you about melding the way that you grew up and the traditions that many of your family and maybe even your children expect to celebrate at this season, things they expect to do, and how you can transform them to being more Yule oriented. This is a work in progress for me, just like it probably is a work in progress for you. So, without further ado, how do I blend those two and make Yule traditions? Which, to be honest, we really celebrate Yule around here instead of Christmas anymore because most of my family is pagan now. So, um, one of the big deals for me is the fact that we really work on celebrating the ancestors at Yule. And I know we always think that's a Samhain thing, but you know, Yule is whenever I miss my mom and dad that have passed over. It's whenever I miss, well, a whole heck of a lot of people. And so my ancestor altar is actually set up in my dining room because the people I grew up with and in the South, the dining room and eating and food is what we're all about. That's how we do our love. So, whenever I am preparing for the holiday, we still have the big meal, okay? On the 25th, and I know that's not the solstice, but once again, we're blending traditions here. Um, I have people over, and that is not always just blood family. Many times I go through and I ask everybody in my life, my husband, do you have anybody at work that doesn't have any place to go? The kids, do you have friends or coworkers that they don't have anybody to celebrate with? Okay. Um, there's people that I know because I do the psychic fairs. You'll see the little scroll across here. If I know somebody that is in need and they do not have anybody to celebrate with, they have an invite here. I mean, that's just how it is. I feed people on that day and I give them a place to go. We have, for instance, a really good friend this year that her and her husband are in the process of moving out of state. He's going to go in front of her. So they will do their celebration before he leaves. But then on like this big day that everybody else is celebrating, her and her kids are sitting there by themselves. So they're going to come for our Yule celebration. So I don't know if that is a pagan thing or a me thing, but I make sure that I incorporate other people in. Uh, the food that we have that day, I have the dressing that my mama taught me how to make. I wear her apron on that day. I don't wear it all the time because I don't want to mess it up, but it puts me in touch with her. It gets me in my feelers, okay? It gets me in the mood. We light the candle on the altar for the ancestors. And, we make them a plate of all of their holiday favorites. My grandson comes over and he makes banana pudding. Okay, what's Yuleish about banana pudding? Well, that's what his Nana would make, and she's gone now. But one of these days, whenever he is an adult and has a family of his own, I guarantee you that he will be this big man in there showing them how to put the bananas in and the vanilla wafers up the sides of the bowl. I know you have to put this in. And I teach him about, we start everything clockwise because you're putting the good energy in it and you've got to put the love in it. Don't cook whenever you're mad and angry. You cook with love. And you really can. You can taste the love. So this is part of my Yule. And it's celebrating all those people. It's my Aunt Nita's sausage casserole that my kids have to have. Okay. So that's one of our big ways of celebrating the holidays, and we bring our ancestors into it. And they get their plate on the altar. They get included whenever I'm baking. I light their candle, whenever I'm prepping to get ready. And I talk to them. It's part of what makes it Yule for me. Another thing we do is we have really dialed down the emphasis on gifts. Okay. Um, Now then, my grandkids do still get Santa Claus. Um, because all their friends get Santa Claus and their kids. But we have taken it back a notch, and their big stuff doesn't necessarily come from Santa. They get things, but it's a lot more pared down. If they're going to get something big like the bike, it's going to be for me or their parents. Um, why, you ask? There's a lot of people out there that can't afford a big Santa thing. And why does one kid get this big, huge thing and all of these things and a four-wheeler and a trampoline and all the things, and another little kid down the road gets a pair of socks? It's just not cool. So, they get things, but they don't get big things. And we buy more for them than we do for the adults. The adults, um, we do our gift exchange and stuff. But like I said, pared down. So the people who come to any holiday at my house, we gather in the circle before our meal, and everybody gets to say what they are grateful for that day. Now, then, this is the little bitty 2-year-old that can barely speak and the 90-year-old man. All of them go around the circle. We join hands, and that's what we do. And all of them know that that's what's going to happen. It's not like one person saying a blessing. No, we all talk about our blessings and what we got. That's just one of the things they know they do whenever they come to my house. Doesn't matter if it's your first time here or you're here all the time. So that's another tradition I have. Um, the gifts for that day. We like doing sort of a version of the Dirty Santa, where you play the game and you get the gifts. But we have changed it over time that for Yule, it is either something handmade or a gently used book. Why, you ask? I don't want to buy into the commercialism. And so if you are 10 and up, you can bring a gift and you get to play the game. 10 and under 10, they have not a stocking per se, but they have a goodie bag. And anybody who comes, I tell them how many goodie bags. This year, it's currently 13 under 9. I know that's not 13. It's this many. um, and, they bring a bag of candy, a little small toy, um, nuts, fruit, whatever. And that's what goes in the bag for the little kids. So they all get this basically the same thing, and it's things that little kids like. The adults get to play the game. And like I said, it's not about you spending a bunch of money. Handmade soap. Do you want to bake something? Do you have a book? Oh my God, do I have a book? Okay. So those are the kind of things that go in the game. And they're some of the best memories I have of watching everybody get excited about these. I mean, I've got a walking stick at Yule before that somebody brought. Um, so excited. I mean, so many cool, cool things. I have a wood burned pentagram that I got at Yule. Um, so these are ways that I have incorporated my own tradition and my own beliefs into this holiday. I do still put up a tree. A tree is a very pagan symbol. Okay. But I have tried to take the commercialism out of that and a lot of the Christian symbology out of that. Um, I mean, we don't just throw up Santa Clauses, elves, Jesus in the manger and all of that on it. Okay. Um, it is pretty dialed back. Maybe I'll post a picture of my tree later. Um, so what I am telling you and asking you to do is to figure out how you can make this holiday your own. And it can be little things. Um, don't try and do it all at once. If you're new to this path, you know, try a little thing. Just add a little thing. Um, you would be surprised how many people um, that are not pagan really like celebrating the ancestors and giving them their own plate. I mean, they can sort of get down with it because everybody's thinking about the people that have passed over. Okay, instead of doing the prayer, everybody's saying what they've been blessed by. That's nice. These are not, hopefully, controversial things. At least they're not in my life. So, like I said, these are my thoughts on Yule. Take them for what you will. I hope that this helps and blesses someone out there, hopefully lots of someone's. And I just want to wish all of you a very happy Yule. Blessed be.